Anita,
Hi, Jose. Good evening. How's everything?
how are you? Fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna start with today's classes. But give me a second, please. All right. I was thinking, we're gonna finish. We're gonna do the call. Yesterday's call. At the end of the class, right? So I changed the link. And then we're gonna lose time. We're gonna lose time if we change again the link, right? And so we're gonna do it at the end, right?
All right.
Okay, thank you. So I recorded the class Monday's classes, right? So we're gonna find it in our YouTube channel, all right? I'm gonna explain you. On Monday, you didn't join, right? You asked for a permission.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So, but I had a recording. You're gonna find it in our YouTube channel. Even though the listeners today is not so long, so we're gonna review fastly, right?
Okay.
Okay, so what can we? Okay, we're gonna start with today's lesson. Then, as I told you, it's kind of short one. We're gonna practice a little bit, and then we're gonna review something. Well, we're gonna review the Monday's lesson. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So we're gonna start with today's classes. I'm gonna share my screen. Once you can see, please let me know. All right. Can you see my screen or not yet?
Yes.
Okay, so let's listen the audio first. Give me a second, please. All right.
Hi, it's me again, Emily. Here's a question for you. Why do you need a grammar coach? You need a grammar coach to help you learn English. And today, I'm here to tell you about infinitives of purpose. Let's begin.
All right, so we have a infinitive of purpose. This is something that we've seen this before, right? We have two examples to help you learn English, to tell you about the infinitive of purpose. So we're gonna listen to the first audio.
We use infinitives of purpose to give the reason for something. They answer the question, why?
Why is Nick Crawford here?
He's here to talk with Talia. In the example, the infinitive, to plus the base form of the verb, explains why Nick is here.
Okay, we know that we're going to use the infinitive. It's a way of talking, right? If we're going to use it, it means that I'm going to give in some way the reason why. So that's the reason of why it is a purpose. Even in Spanish, it works the same way. So we're going to use it in order to give a reason for something, right? We actually answer this question, why? Why to instead of because, right? So, for example, we have why is Nick Crawford here? He is here to talk with Talia, right? He is here because, right? But I need to change the structure if I'm gonna use because, right? Even though when we use because, it's a little bit more longer to use it. So in the other hand, we're gonna find this infinitive that it's a little bit more shorter than the other one. So and it's more directly, of course. So he's here to talk with Talia. So if I'm gonna use because, he's here because he wants to talk with Talia, right? It's the same, but it's more longer. So instead of it, we can use directly the infinitive, and we know the structure is to. It is called infinitive plus the verb in its base form, right? So in this case, Amy is explaining something, right? Is giving the answer, right? Why is Nick Crawford here? So Amy is explaining, right? Or maybe it's giving the reason of something. Here is here to talk with Talia. So we're gonna learn how can we use it in conversation.
In conversation, you can answer why questions with the infinitive of purpose. You can give long or short answers. Why did you go to the Gower building?
I went there to see Jackie Baker.
Or
To see Jackie Baker.
Okay, in conversation in spoken English, right? There is no the necessity to say the complete sentence, right? You can do it directly. It's more informal, right? Maybe when we're gonna talk to our friends or something like that, we're gonna use the short one, right? So we can actually answer the question why with the infinitive of purpose. So it's up to you, right? If you're gonna give a long or short answer, why did you go to the Gower building? I went there to see Jackie Baker. I went there, or directly to see Jackie Baker, and it's okay. Both options are okay. It's up to you, but we use the second one in spoken English in a very informal way, and it's okay, right? So, do you have any question until this part, Jose?
No.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with the, I guess we have 2 points more.
we sometimes use the longer form in order to, plus the base form of the verb to give reasons. This form is more formal.
The Soccer Federation is investigating Nick Crawford in order to determine if he accepted a bribe.
Okay, we have the other option in order to. It's a little bit more formal, right? And it's similar, right? It's similar to well, it's the same actually, right? But this is more formal. So the only thing that I'm gonna add is in order. Then the infinitive plus the verb in its base form. The Soccer Federation is investigating Nick Crawford to determine, right? That's informal. The Soccer Federation is investigating Nick Crawford in order to determine if he accepted a bribe. So that's the formal way. Maybe the person is a periodist or something like that, right? So this person wants to sound more formal, right? I don't know. He's airing right now on, I don't know, TV show or TV news, something like that. So that's the reason. Well, that could be the case. When do we have to use in order to? You only have to add in order, then the infinitive plus the base form in order to determine, in order to travel, in order to fly, in order to drink, in order to eat, in order to what else, to read, to study, right? In order to. So let's continue. We're actually gonna finish with this last point number 4.
To talk about a negative purpose, use in order not to, plus the base form of the verb.
Jackie took Nick out to lunch in order not to reveal that she couldn't have an office.
Okay, when we're gonna use the negative with in order to a negative purpose, right? I don't want to this happen, maybe, or something like that. But it's a negative purpose finally, right? That's my point. We're gonna add the negative between the first part in order, right? Then we're gonna continue with the infinitive, right? In order, it always goes in the middle. Now I'm not that. In order the negative in the middle, then I'm gonna continue with my infinitive and the base form of the verb. Jackie took Nick out to lunch in order not to reveal, right? That's a negative purpose, right? Then if you want to use a negative and in spoken English, right? The informal way, just to determine, right? Not to determine. We're gonna use it at the beginning, right? Let's say if I'm gonna raise in order, right? Then because it's a little more informal, right? I want to sound informal. I'm gonna talk to my friend. So I'm gonna raise in order because it's very formal. So my negative is gonna go at the beginning, right? Then I'm gonna continue with the infinitive. Take your technique out to lunch and not to, right? Because she doesn't want to reveal, right? This only apply in some cases, right? Because there is no negative form of infinitive, right? But in some cases we can do it. And it depends on the context, right? But if you're gonna try to do it with all the statements, right? The negative with infinitive, it's gonna be kind of no redundancy. You need to change the whole context, right? And then you need to use an auxiliary, so then it's not part of the infinitive. Of course, we're gonna continue with the next part of our lesson, but that's not the point, right? So I would recommend to use the negative, well, if I'm gonna try, or if you're gonna try to show a negative purpose of something, just with in order to, not with the infinitive as it is, because you need to change the whole structure, right? And that's not the point when we speak English. We don't want to use short and not long sentences, right? So we want to avoid it, right? In order to sound more fluently in them, we actually decide for use the negative. If I want to use a negative of something, I'm gonna do it with auxiliary or something like that, not the relative or infinitive, right? So then Jackie took Nick out to lunch in order not to reveal, right? Remember, if you want to change it only in spoken English, you need to change the whole structure, right? And then it's, if it's necessary, we are gonna use the auxiliary, right? Let's try. Jackie took Nick out to lunch not to reveal. You can do it in that way, not to reveal, but it is kind of informal, right? So it's up on the context, right? Don't forget that part. As I told you, I would recommend it to use it directly in order to, right? So I don't know if you have any question until this part, Jose.
No, okay.
Okay, thank you. So yes, that will be everything about this lesson. I told you this is a short one. This is a short lesson. So okay. So as a summary, right? We know that we can use to plus the infinitive, well, the infinitive plus the verb in its base form to say why we do something, right? It tells the other person the reason we need to have normal verbs as well, right? So for example, I went on holiday. That this is what I did to relax. She studies her why to get good marks. He gave up cakes to lose weight. Why? To lose weight. I'm calling you. Why? To ask you to ask for your help. Okay. So okay, this is there's something that it is a common mistake, right? You have to be careful in this part, right? In many languages, right, we use for plus the infinitive to give reasons, and it happens in our language, but in English, no, right? We don't say, for example, I went on holiday. I went on holiday or relax. That's incorrect. The use of the preposition for it's incorrect, right? We sometimes try to translate, and that's terrible, as I told you, because we're gonna have an incorrect translation. And the reason of this is because of the purpose, right? So I have a specific structure to give the purpose of something, to explain the purpose of something, what I did that, why do I do this? So for that reason, we have a specific topic. So instead of saying that, I went on holiday. Why? For relax? No. To relax, because that's the purpose of something, right? That's my purpose. That's the reason why I travel, maybe. She studies hard for getting, or no, that's incorrect, to get good marks, right? So what else? Yes, we can also use, yes, something that is important is that this structure, where this lesson, this grammar, doesn't have a specific time tense, right? You can use it with all the time tenses you want. You can use it with the simple present, present continuous, simple, past continuous, future simple, present perfect, right? So yes, that will be everything. What else? Oh yes, something that it's not, we don't have this in person, but it's very common in spoken English, is the use of as, right? So, as, to. This is an structure, right? I'm gonna write this part. So, as, to. Okay. So, what is the meaning of this? For example, I went on holiday. So why? So as to relax. This is another way to use the purpose, right? It's not only with two, so then if you're gonna travel and you're gonna listen this or someone to say this, it's very common, right? As to relax. I went on holiday, so as to relax, right? It's so in order to, one more time, is bit for more formal, right? So yes, that will be right. So I don't know if you have any question, maybe.
So as to is like the same.
Yes, in order to, as, so as to are the same. The difference is the formality of each.
So in order to is the most formality, right?
Yes, you can also, well, this could change, right? I heard though, one of my colleagues use a lot, right? This expression, but it is because could be informal though, and could be informal, so it could be in the middle maybe, but the most formal is in order to, right? Could be so as to relax, and the least informal is to, directly the infinitive, to it, to reveal, to determine. Okay,
Okay.
but all of them have the same meaning. The only difference is the formality that we use for each situation. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, that will be everything about the use of the infinitive of purpose, right? So okay, we're gonna practice a little bit. Okay, give me a second, please. Okay, so all right, it is a short practice, right? So we're gonna do it right now, and then we're gonna see. Give me a second. All right, and then we're gonna look for that that lesson. Future classes, it is Monday's lesson. We're gonna look for a short review, and we're gonna practice it. So I'm gonna share with you the link. Oh, sorry, I was sending another thing. All right, yes, now I can. Okay, so there you have, I sent you a link, you know how it works. I'm on my Gmail right now. So you are going to ask for a request. We're going to continue. I mean, we're going to continue with these exercises. It's a short practice, right? Take your time to do it. Okay. What is that? Did you send me the request?
No, not yet. I have
Okay.
problem with my internet.
Oh, yes, I noticed because I'm here. I'm loading again and again, but I'm refreshing, but I don't get it. Since yesterday you have problems with your connection, right?
Yeah, I have problems. I have problem with my internet. I have to change.
Yes, I noticed that. Yesterday you had. I couldn't listen to you yesterday.
I know. Just let me think on.
Okay, don't worry. I'm gonna wait. Are you still having problems with your connection?
Yeah. Right now. Okay.
All right, and now I get it. Give me a second. Okay, I already shared with you. Okay, so refresh the
Okay.
page. And
Now
okay,
I can hear it.
yes. So you have to complete the conversation using the infinitive of the verbs in brackets. Hi,
All right.
Sally. What are you
In
doing?
this case, I have to use to or in order to, right? Just
Yes, depends on the situation,
all right.
right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to use the computer, but I can't turn it on. Here you are. Use this button. Okay. There is, I guess, this person Pedro is talking with Sally, and it's her friend, his friend. So I don't think that it could be necessary to Choose in order to. But let's, yes, just to, because it's a normal conversation, right? It's an informal conversation, not normal, it's informal.
Yeah, are you?
Okay, in order to look up. Thank you. Information. Yes, that will be in order to look up some information about wellness and growth. Okay, thank you to make. All right, thank you. So you have to complete the sentences using the infinitive of the verbs from the box. You have watch, take, send, meet, listen, learn, and find. So you have to find the way. To learn. Okay. We went to natural, which means natural work. Okay, thank you. That's all. I told you it was a short practice. So we actually use this structure always, right? We always use it. In speaking English, it's common, right? There is no way to omit this part, but it's an easy one and it's short, right? So, do you have any question, maybe?
No, just let me a second. I will um turn off the internet and turn on again.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna wait.
Okay, thank you. I
Okay, now it's okay?
yes.
All right, thank you. So, all right, so if you don't have any question about the other lesson, we're gonna see this, give me a second. All right. Where is it? All right. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. This is important to know, right? So, okay. So I'm gonna play the audio, so pay attention to it. This lesson is about the future time classes, right?
Hello, how are you? Today we're going to talk about future time clauses. After we look at some examples, you're going to do some exercises. We'll begin as soon as you're ready, okay?
All right, so we have this structure, and after we look at some examples, as soon as you're ready. So it is very curious how it works. This explanation, this lesson, this definition, the definition of the lesson, doesn't make sense at all, right? Because of its structure. So let's listen this first audio.
Future time clauses begin with time words like when, after, before, as soon as, until, and while. We use future time clauses with main clauses to talk about what is going to happen in the future.
I'm sure they'll decide as soon as they have more information.
In the example, I'm sure they'll decide is the main clause. As soon as they have more information is the future time clause. Future time clauses talk about the future, but they use the present.
I'm not going to comment until we know more.
The main clause uses the future with will or be going to.
I'm not going to comment until we know more.
Okay, so we have these two. Let's take the example directly, right? I'm sure they'll decide as soon as they have more information. As you can see, we have two clauses, right? The first clause and the second clause. I'm gonna write it with colors. Okay, this is the first clause and this is the second clause. What is a clause? A clause, right? It's a sentence, right, that contains the subject and the verb. We have dependent and independent clauses, but it's not part of the lesson, but just as an extra information. So this is a clause, a sentence that contains subject and verb. And okay, so that's the reason of why something that is important to know is that it's not relevant for us if in the class we're gonna find two subjects, two verbs. Two verbs. I don't know why I underlined that. If we have two verbs, it's not important for us. As soon as I notice that I have subject and then I have the verb, that's a clause. All right. So let's take an example. No, let's take a view of this second part. All right. So do I have the subject? Yes. Do I have the verb? Yes. That's a clause. So that's the reason why we have two clauses. First clause and the second clause. Then, what is a future time clause? We use this. It is a sentence, first of all, and we use it with another part of a sentence. What do I mean? We have two clauses in one statement. And it is going to help us, or we're going to use it in order to talk about the future, right? So I'm going to talk about what is going to happen then, right? So I'm sure they'll decide as soon as they have more information. I'm sure they'll decide it's in the future as soon as they have more information. It's in the future, so I'm providing more information about the future, right? I'm talking about something that is going to happen then. So now we know what is when do we have to use this structure. We have to know that each clause has a name, right? The first clause that could be placed at the beginning or at the end, right? This structure, this first clause, it is called main clause, right? The first clause is called main clause. Okay, then what is the name of this other clause? As soon as they have more information, I have the second clause, and it is called the future time clause, right? And something that you're going to notice, and it is very curious, is the structure of the future time clause. Why? Because of the name, it is future time clause, future. So if I listen, okay, this is future, I'm gonna suppose that maybe I'm gonna use will, or I'm gonna use be going to. Both options are part of the future, right? But no, this is not the case, right? That's the reason why I told you that the structure is very curious and it's weird, right? This future time clause, in the future time clause, I'm not gonna use will, neither be going to, right? So what is structure am I gonna use? Simple present, right? The future time clause takes the form of the simple present, right? And the main clause takes the structure of the future tense. Oh, what is this? Sorry. Okay, so this is a connector. By the way, we have a connector, right? We can use, this is a, how is it called? This is, well, it is a connector, but it helps us identify at what moment in the future is going to happen something. It's going to happen the action. When, after, before, as soon as, until, while, I can use them in order to introduce the future time clause. Okay, so again, I have two clauses, right? The first clause, the second clause, and the main clause. Okay, this is the other curious part, right? And it is that, where is my pen? Okay, in the main clause, I'm gonna use the future structure. What is it? I could use will, or I could use will and be going to. Be going, right? So in the main clause, the main clause is gonna take the structure of the future time tense, and in the future time clause, it is gonna take, we're gonna use the structure of the simple present. I'm sure they will decide as soon as they have more information. So, okay, future time clauses talk about the future, but they use the present. That's what I told you. They have this simple present. So it will be incorrect, right? If I'm gonna use another structure. What do I mean with this? This is the until we know more. This is the future time clause. So if I'm gonna use will, any structure, any auxiliary will or any structure of the future, will or be going to, will be incorrect. Why? Because in the future time clause we use the simple present tense structure. So I don't know if you have any question until this part, Jose.
No, it's clear.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna continue. We're gonna finish with this point. I thought we have more.
The future time clause can come at the beginning or the end of the sentence. The meaning does not change. When the future time clause comes at the beginning of the sentence, we use a comma after it.
When I get home, I'll watch TV. I watch TV when I get home.
Okay. As I told you at the beginning, in point number 1, it is not relevant for us the order of the clauses, right? As soon as it is understood, will be okay. So when I get home, this is the future time clause. How do I know? Because of the structure, and then I have the connector when I get home. So that's my first action, right? I'll watch TV. This is the second action, and it is called the main clause, right? And in the main clause, I'm using the future tense structure. Okay, when I'm gonna place the future time clause at the beginning, as it is a connector and it is going at the beginning, it's necessary the use of the comma. But if it goes at the end, I mean, I'm using the main clause at the beginning and the future time clause at the end, it's unnecessary the use of comma, right? So only if you're gonna place it at the beginning, we're gonna use a comma. If not, we're gonna go directly to our period, right? So, and of course, if you're gonna place it at the beginning or at the end, it's not important because the meaning is the same, right? The meaning doesn't change at all, right? So, do you have any question, maybe?
No.
Okay, thank you. So we're gonna practice. Okay, give me a second. All right, so we have 3. Oh no, what is it? Solve. What happened? Okay, give me a second, please.
Okay.
I don't know. All right, yes, now we're good. So I'm gonna share my screen with you. So you're gonna read the instruction and you're gonna start doing the exercises below. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Grammar future time clauses 1. Complete each sentences. Click on the box and choose the correct answer. 1. Dean will watch the meal as soon as he gets home. Okay, before he has dinner, he will call his sister. 3. Jackie won't change her clothes before she goes out later tonight. She going to try out for another movie part as soon as she finish her acting classes.
As soon as she finishes.
Finishes, please.
Okay.
Nick will stay at the health club until the news is over.
Oh.
Okay, he's 6. He's going to find Talia after he leaves the health club. 7. Talia be surprised when she hears about Jackie. When they finish work together, Talia and Amy are going to school together.
Okay, thank you. Let's submit. And you got 8 out of 8. It was great, right? So, do you have any question about this first practice?
No.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with the second practice.
It's easy, I think.
Yes, the future time clauses, right? This lesson, it is easy, kind of easy. kind of easy. So, okay, I'm gonna share. No, my goodness. I don't know why the exercises are so. Okay, I hope not. What is going on? Okay. So, read the instruction, please, and complete the exercises below.
Okay, grammar future time clauses 2. Rewrite each pair of sentences as one sentence with a future time clause. Click on each box and choose the correct answer. Okay, 1. First, she will get to the health club. Then she will put on her exercise clothes. When she gets to the health club, she will put on her exercise clothes. Okay. 2. She will exercise for an hour and she will take a shower. Okay. Okay. She will take a shower after she exercised for an hour. Okay. 3. Before she goes home, she will have some smoothie. Okay. And 4. While she has smoothie, it's the correct pronunciation.
Yes, smoothie.
Okay. And smoothie, he will talk to Patty.
In British accent, it's a smoothie, right? But in American English, it's a smoothie, right?
Okay, smoothie. Smarty. What? It's continue. Okay, fine. She leaves the club. She will drive home. She will, as soon as she gets home, she will turn on the TV. 7. Okay. She will watch the news while she eats dinner. At 8, she will read until she falls asleep.
Okay, thank you.
So many.
She falls asleep. So let's take. Okay, it was great. You got 8 out of 8. Everything was great, right? So, do you have any question about this second practice?
No.
Okay, thank you. And we're gonna finish with the last practice we have. All right. I don't know why we have to practice. 3 homework. So, there are some lessons that we need more practices for it, and it is the case of this one, the virtual time process. But give me a second, please. It is loading. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. You're gonna read the instruction, please. Once you can see it.
Okay. Grammar future team closest 3. Complete each sentence. Type the simple present or future form with will or be going to of the varying parentheses into each blank. Okay. Okay. Amy is going to make dinner as soon as she gets home tonight. Okay. After she has dinner, she will call her friend Josh. Okay. Before Josh goes out tonight, he will watch. She will watch. Yeah, she will watch the news. Okay. He he's going to leave as soon as the news is over. Okay, Patty will wash the glasses before she leaves the health club. Okay, while she does the glasses, she will listen to some music. Okay, before John goes to work tomorrow, he will buy. She or she going? No, he going to he going to buy.
He's going to buy.
He going to buy. He's going to buy.
Several newspapers.
No, 8.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 8. He will read them. Then while he takes the train to the office. And the number 4 will change. Is going to leave or will leave.
Okay. As soon as the news is over. All right. So, do you want to modify another sentence, maybe?
Mm, no.
Okay, thank you. So let's submit. And it was great, right? Everything was great. You get 16 out of 16 until this point. Give me a second. Okay, so you have the option, right? If you, for example, would choose is going to, right? It
So
would be okay.
I
There's
don't
no
have
difference.
problem. Oh, okay.
Yes, there is no difference. The only difference is when you only use the future. I mean, I will pay the account, Jose, don't worry. If you forgot your wallet, I will pay the account, don't worry. In those cases, when I'm only gonna use the one state, one clause, right? It's only one situation. Yes, you have to see if it is planned or if it was something that suddenly happened immediately, right? So in those cases, we need to take care if we're gonna decide to use will or be going to. But in these future time clauses, in this lesson, it's not important at all because both are in the future. And we don't care, we don't take care if it's suddenly or if it was planned or something like that, right? So that's the reason of what you have for options. It will be going to, and the contraction will make. Amy's going to make, right? And the same happens with all the main clauses, right? He will, while she will listen. He will buy, he'll buy, he's going to buy, he is going to buy, the contraction. All right?
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Any question maybe?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So we will make it.
It's the same structure, right?
Yes, it is. It is the same structure, but yes, it is the same structure. I was looking for other in the order of the sentence, and you're okay. But okay, it's something irrelevant. But the order, the structure, it's okay, right?
Okay.
If you mean the order of the clauses, yes, it's up to you which one you're gonna use. If you're gonna write the main clause at the beginning, so there is no difference at all. There is no, you don't have to use the comma. But if that's not the case, and you're gonna use the future tense clause at the beginning, right? Because we don't have a connector, no, our connector is at the beginning right now, so we need to use the comma. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so that was all right. We actually did it fastly, right? We
Yes.
have enough time. So give me a second, please. Okay. Okay, the only difference, Jose, is the use of the connectors, right? As you've seen, we have until, after, and we have to know in what cases we're going to use. I know that all of them are to talk about the future, but there is a difference, right? In these connectors, it's not gonna be the same context, and it depends on the context, right? So as soon as, after, before, until, right? While. So yes, there is a kind of different in meaning, right? So give me a second. I guess I have this slide. I'm not sure. Okay, no, I don't have it. I thought that I could have. No. No, I don't have it. Okay, we're gonna watch a video, right? Okay, so we're gonna watch a video in order to know what is the difference among all of these connectors, right? So give me a second.
Time information, the time clause.
Okay.
A time clause must start with a special time word.
Okay, I really like this video from this channel. I mean, I really like this channel because they go directly to the point. There is no redundance. I hate those videos that last for an hour in them, because there's a lot of redundancy. But no, this channel, it is not like
And
that.
teachers call the time words top.
Okay, so pay attention, please. We're gonna stop part by part to these connectors, right? In order to see what is the difference.
Now, when you make a sentence with time information, with a time clause must start with a special time word. And teachers call the time words time conjunctions. Now, in Unit 9, we are going to study 7 time conjunctions: when, while, as soon as, after, before, until, and by the time.
Okay, so in this time, as an extra conjunction, we have by the time, right? So let's see the difference among them.
Now remember, these are called time conjunctions, and these time conjunctions must start the time clause. Now let's talk about the different time conjunctions. When. I think you understand when. When means at this time. Let's look at an example. I will call you when we finish. Remember the rules. The main clause, I will call you. Will is okay. But in the time clause, we must use present simple. When we finish. So this means at this time, when we finish.
Okay, so this is the first one. So in your context, you're gonna notice if it is at this time, when means at, right? Then you're gonna offer this for use to use this conjunction. I will call you when we finish, right? So I will call you at this time, right? When we finish, right? So let's continue.
The next time conjunction is while. And while is a little different than when. While usually means all this time, all the time. So another example, while I sleep tonight. So all this time, all the time of sleep. While I sleep tonight, I will dream about my trip.
Okay, so while means all this time, and it is like we focus on the action, right? On the duration of an action. Oh, what happened? Okay, so while all of this time, for all this time, it could be in progress, maybe, right? Why not? This progress, this action there is in progress. To describe it, we use while, right? While I sleep tonight. So you're gonna do one action, then at the same time, I'm gonna do another action all this time, right? So while I sleep tonight, I'll dream about my trip. Do you have any question, maybe?
No.
Okay, thank you. So let's continue.
Now let's talk about before and after. Now I think you understand before and after. So some examples. Before we start class tomorrow, I will get some breakfast at the restaurant.
Okay, so we know it's literally the meaning of this, right? There is no more, there's no,
Yes.
you don't need too much explanation, right?
So here you can see the main clause is second. The first clause in the sentence is the time clause. That's okay. We start the sentence with before and the present simple, before we start class tomorrow. Another example, the same way, we start the sentence with the time clause. After I go to school, I will go to work. So the first clause is the time clause. We use present simple. The second clause is the main clause. We can use will. Now let's talk about maybe some difficult time conjunctions, maybe ones you haven't studied. As soon as means right after, okay? An example, I will call you as soon as I am finished.
Okay, this is very important to know because I saw one of my students that had problems with this part. So as soon as means immediately, right? I'll call you. That's my first. I will call you as soon as I'm finished, right? So as soon as I'm finished, I will call you. So can you identify what is the first action? what could be the first action, right? Because I'm talking about the future. What will be my first action?
Finish.
Yes, thank you. So immediately, right? That's what that happens, that will happen immediately, right? So I will call you as soon as, immediately, I'm finished, right?
Okay.
So let's continue.
So I am finished. I'll call you right after. The next time conjunction is until. Until means something continues, and stops. Let's look at an example. Until we come back from our holiday. So until we come back from our holiday. Well, what is this situation? What is this? Okay, until we come back from our holiday, something continues and stops when we come back from our holiday. So Wendy will take care of our cat.
Okay, this is until it's a little bit difficult for us to understand. The meaning of until is up to, right? So it is the point in time or the event mentioned, right? So in this case, what could be the event? We come back from our holiday. So it is a could be an action that continues, right? And suddenly it stops until we come back from our holiday, right? So Wendy will take care of our cats, right? So it doesn't have the example that I'm gonna give you. It's not part of the lesson, but you don't know what you can achieve until you try. So it's similar, right? The meaning of until, it is like up to, until, right? Until. So I don't know if you have any question about this meaning, until.
No.
Okay, thank you. Until we come back from our holiday, Wendy will take care of our cats. Can you identify the first action?
Okay. Come back from our holidays.
Okay. We come back from our holiday. Wendy will take care of our cats, right? So that will be about that will be everything about the use of until. It means up to.
Right.
So let's continue then.
So this means Wendy will take care of our cats. It continues, and then it stops. When does it stop? Well, when we come back from our holiday.
All right. So did you identify what was the first action?
Yeah.
Wendy will take care of our cats, right?
Okay.
Until we come back from our holiday. As you can see, it's not like, okay, if I have will, it is the first action, and if I have simple present, that's the second action. No, it depends on the conjunction, right? It depends on the conjunction. So let's continue.
That's what until means. Next, let's talk about by the time. By the time means not after something, not after. It's very similar to before, but not, by the time means just not after something, not after. So, an example, I will cook dinner by the time you get home tonight. So this simply means I will cook dinner not after you get home. Okay, so of course it's before you get home. Okay, so by the time, if it's difficult for you, remember it's very similar to before. So
okay, by the time it's similar to before, right? And it is used for saying what has already happened, right? At the time that something else happens, right? So, for example, I'm gonna use this structure. I'm gonna say it in the past, right? I'm gonna use. It's not part of the lesson, but I want you to notice the use of by the time. By the time we arrived, the other guests were already there, right? So we use it before a time or event, right? So a synonym would be before, earlier, previously. By the time means previously, in other words, right? Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So if you have problems to identify it, it's similar to before or previously, right? I'll cook dinner by the time previously you get home tonight.
Similar to before. So in this video, I've talked about the time.
Okay, that was everything about the video. So I don't know if you have any question about it.
No. It's okay.
Okay, thank you. So, all right, so I'm gonna see what else do I have to show you. I guess I have some exercises. Give me a second, please.
Okay. The assignment is active.
Oh, I forgot to assign.
I can check. Cool,
Yes.
check.
Oh, well, I already assigned the future tense process. It was the lesson from the other week, right? I guess you had until, oh no, you had until Thursday, if I'm not wrong, right? That's what I remember.
I don't know.
Yes, I guess. I
let's
can see the date. If you can help me with that part, please.
Sure.
I'm not able to see it.
Okay. Da-da-da. It's until 3 December
It is
until Saturday.
Sunday. Yes, you have enough time to do it, right? I thought I assigned it
No,
until
Saturday.
Okay, yes, that would be
Yes.
okay for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now,
I have a problem with the first part with C1. I didn't do the signs.
with C1,
Yeah, because when I in the platform, I didn't have the sign.
oh, what happened? Let me check.
I
What?
forgot.
Yes, let me check for yeah, it is a sign. Oh no, I'm not here. I got confused. I was in other course. And I was like, we didn't look for that lesson which. Okay, past continuous. Yes, models of permission. Let me check my grade book.
I have 0.
Okay, yes, give me a second, please. Yes, you have 0. You didn't complete it, right?
Yeah.
How about number C2? Yes, you didn't complete it. Yes.
C1.
Give me a second. Oh yes, we just talked about C2. So, okay, I'm gonna assign you again. Give me a second. I'm selecting what homework you're gonna do. And okay. All right, you're gonna have until Sunday, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
midnight, and you're gonna have an hour. We're gonna read the capitalization, the application. Okay, that's great. All right, it is already signed. And okay, today oh no, this is C2. We are in C3, right? Today
Yes.
we look for infinitive of purpose. So I'm gonna assign the
Okay, wow.
homework then.
C3.
Yes. So you're
No.
gonna have time, but no, it's not gonna be until this week. You're gonna have until the next week, right?
Okay, can you assign this part of Friday? Because I will finish this in like one or 2 days.
Which one? C1?
C1 and C2. Yes.
Okay. You have enough time to do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, if you're gonna need more time, just let me know to my WhatsApp, right?
Okay.
So how about C3? Do you want to? Okay, I guess it will be better if I assign you directly, because tomorrow, don't forget that tomorrow we have classes, right? We'll reschedule this class. It was Friday's classes, right? So tomorrow we're gonna have the 15 minutes call, and the currently class,
All right.
So I guess I'm gonna assign you tomorrow. We're gonna look them because you're gonna have a lot of homework, and then everything is gonna be mixed. I guess I've never done that homework before from the student platform, so I don't know how it works really. So then we're gonna finish this C3, and then I'm gonna assign you, right? Not today, because it's gonna be too much, and maybe it is gonna appear you as mix or something like that. So I want to avoid that. So yes, that will be. Do you have any question, Jose?
No.
Okay, thank you. So we're gonna stop until this part. We're gonna join to the other link, right? So yes, right. So I'm gonna launch the pool, because
Okay.
we actually finished the class, the lesson, the 2 lessons. So please join right now to the other link. I'm gonna be there, right? We're gonna practice our speaking the 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
All right. Do you have time, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So please join to the other link, and I'll see you in a minute, right?
Okay. In 2 minutes.
Yes, of course.